So I'm really excited to be here today. I'm glad that you guys have taken a couple moments out of this rainy Friday to join me, and I'm excited to finally share and talk about the Food Pantry Expansion Project, the Some Assembly Required campaign. The Food Pantry Expansion Project has been a dream that is now coming to a reality, and I'm really excited to share with you a little bit of the history of how we even got here and tell you where we're going and what is happening now and how we would love for you to join us in this process and helping fight hunger and food insecurity. So just a little bit of the history. First of all, my name is Raxlin Gormley, and I'm the Senior Director of Hunger Relief and Emergency Assistance at Jewish Family Service of Greater Dallas. And I've been at the organization for 13 years. I feel like I've grown up here. It's an incredible organization, and we've done such amazing work as an organization in the Greater Dallas community. And so this Food Pantry Expansion Project is very timely and it's very exciting. So how did we come to expanding our food pantry? And for those who have volunteered in the food pantry, I can see you're smirking right now because you understand. But we got here for many different reasons. But really, the history of the food pantry, we are a client choice pantry, and we have this little space located at the side of our building where we would have a client choice pantry. And clients would come here just like they would go to a grocery store. They would be interviewed by volunteers. You had a little waiting room. You had a little shopping area. Notice I'm using the word little, tiny, small. And then you would have shopping carts just like you'd see in a grocery store. You would have in the waiting room, maybe it was 100 square feet. And then next was a wall, and the shopping area was maybe 800 square feet. Included in that 800 square feet were industrial size refrigerations, freezers, shelves. We wanted to make it a nice, dignified experience, but imagine a shopping cart, clients, families, volunteers, all shopping our clients in this tiny little space. And as our numbers grew over the years, it was brought more to our awareness. It's time. The biggest challenge that we have in being able to serve more people, have more volunteers, get more food, source more food, store more food, was our space. Space was the primary challenge for us to grow anymore. The numbers before COVID, just before COVID hit, it was almost over 5,000 individuals that we were serving a year in our pantry. And I want to point out, from that waiting room and that shopping area, there's only one door in and one door out. That's for people, clients, food, staff, volunteers, one door in and one door out. And the best part of it was the food storage was on the second floor, right? Second floor. So food's coming in the door, going through the shopping area, then it's going on an elevator to get it up to the second floor for storage. Now, from a logistical operational standpoint, you're handling the food probably about more than 6 times before it gets to the clients, right? So here we are, pre-COVID, we're realizing, okay, we need more space. And we've had many different conversations with leadership, the board, everyone is supportive of this. Yes, we need more space. How are we gonna do this? But then COVID hit. And the pandemic hit, and we had to stop. We had to shut it down. Why? It wasn't safe. There was no space. It wasn't safe for clients, it wasn't safe for volunteers, it wasn't safe for staff. The space issue was truly real, and the challenge was we had to shut it down completely and know that client choice model that we know is one of the most effective ways in fighting hunger and food insecurity, we had to shut it down because of the pandemic. You know, think about that. And so we created, we are a partner agency of the North Texas Food Bank. So as we do in JFS, we pivot to any challenges that come our way, and we started up our food distribution line. And with our partnership with the North Texas Food Bank, we were able to have pre-made boxes of shelf-stable items, pre-made boxes of produce and diapers through our community, and other add-ons that we would provide on top of the made boxes to provide to families that were coming to us in droves. The lineups, you know, we saw those images in South Dallas. We were the largest, after the South Dallas images, we were the largest in North Dallas, had the largest lines of people coming to us for food. So we were able to serve on average approximately 750 families in a 3-hour period once a week. And this was our ability to meet that immediate crisis. But we knew that this is not, the food distribution line is not our permanent solution. We need to get back to the client choice pantry. And that's what we're doing now. We are getting back to the client choice food pantry. Our leadership, our board, we were able to acquire the space next door, Plaza Salon, and we are acquiring over 3,000 square feet of additional space. And what does that mean? That means that we can open safely. That means that we'll have a larger waiting room. That means that we will be able to really have this authentic grocery store shopping experience. And it's going to be the ability for us to acquire more food, right? At the same time as people are shopping. We'll have multiple doors where things come in and come out, and we'll have all the food on one floor, and we will be able to expand our services to be able to serve all of those individuals that are coming to us and be able to serve more people, and to be able to really address those issues of hunger and get back to that client choice model. There is true dignity in that client choice model. Hi, Eileen. I'm just looking at some of your questions. We will be going back to our zip code areas, but for those who have been coming to us consistently during the pandemic, they will be served in this food pantry, and we're gonna look at the data from all the zip codes and see if through the pandemic, there might have been underserved areas, and we're gonna incorporate them into our zip coding. Sorry, I'm just looking at your comments. These are great. Thank you, Shirley. It is wonderful, and we are working with, we're working with Bruce Birnbaum and Funk Construction. Construction is currently underway, so it is happening. We have a wonderful food pantry expansion project co-chairs, our committee for our co-chairs, David Goldberg and Randy Fleischer, who have been along on this journey since the beginning of the idea of the Food Pantry Expansion Project, and have really been true champions in helping our program and JFS making more possible. So they've been excellent, and there's been wonderful donors, volunteers, staff. Our leadership has really sees the need, and you all have seen the need since COVID. You've seen those lines, you've seen those images, and you've all seen how important it is to address these issues of hunger and food insecurity, because it affects us all. It's not what you think. What COVID did is brought everything up to the light, from health to food. And it really showed that there is a huge need in our community of people who are hungry, and of people who need that extra help. And getting us back to our inside shopping model, not only people don't have to come once a week, they just come once a month. And the quantity of food that they get to choose for once a month will last them the month. That is key. That is about dignity, time, giving respecting people's time and being able to come here on once a month and receive the food that they need. And not only the food that they need, but being able to meet with a case manager to be able to connect us to all of our additional services that we have here, whether you're unemployed, whether you're suffering from depression, whether you need financial coaching. We have 150 services that we connect our food pantry clients to for those who need those extra tools to get them back onto the path of self-sufficiency. So it's a very, very exciting time in what this Food Pantry Expansion Project, Some Assembly Required campaign is all about, really connecting us to the community and really the community having a part in fighting hunger and food insecurity. In addition to the new space, on top of that, we're also going to have a volunteer break room. We've never had that before. Own separate volunteer break room. Eileen, I'm sure you'll love that. It's just going to be a really dignified, warm, welcoming experience for everyone, for families, individuals, clients, staff, volunteers. It really is going to be exceptional. So if you guys go to our website, jfsdallas.org/FPEP, there's you can see all about the Some Assembly Required campaign, and then there's a donate button where you can contribute to this campaign and to really finishing out the build out of the food pantry and the items that we need to make this pantry exceptional and fabulous. So when do we get to see the new space? So the timeline looks to be fall. So by October, this space should be open, up and running. And it's really exciting. I'm really excited to get the clients' feedback. Especially there's some clients who miss that client choice experience. They miss that interaction with the volunteers. So it's going to be a really great October, fall. We should be launching and it should be open and it'll be fabulous. And I'm just really excited to see how it flows and to really have that true grocery store experience and getting back to that client choice model. I'm just looking at some of the comments. You guys are awesome. It is time to come back, Eileen. 100% yes. And in the new space, we're going to have technology, tablets. We won't have to have paper files. The appointments will be able to be scheduled online. That is a game changer. Technology is going to be really helpful in this new pantry. It really is, for the client to have a really smooth experience. It's going to be fantastic. So Eileen, you're going to love this. It's going to be great. And all the volunteers, so many volunteers who have dedicated their time, their heart, volunteering in the food pantry before pandemic and during the pandemic, in that heat, in those drive-through lines. But they're not just doing the task. You really see the heart of the community when I'm working with the volunteers, when staff work with the volunteers. They are the heart of this program. The volunteers are the heart of this food pantry program, and we'd be lost without them. So we're so very grateful, and we're just very excited. So make sure you go to our Facebook page, check out social media. We're going to have content coming up, behind the scenes, interviews, all about the Food Pantry Expansion Project and the Some Assembly Required campaign. So I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and thank you for helping JFS and making more possible and fighting hunger in our community.